Hello everyone, I'm Lysander Xanthus, and today is my live Q&A video about relationship chords and cord cutting. So this isn't going to be too long. I'm going to briefly talk about relationship chords and what they are, and walk through a cord cutting, at least the way that I do it. And at any time, I invite you all to ask questions about the topic. As you can see, I am in Chinatown in LA. This is a quick stop while visiting family and so on. Hello everybody. So, relationship chords. We all have them, and anytime that there's like an energy exchange, or that you're in a relationship of some kind with the person, it creates a cord between you and them. So you have relationship cords that tie you to your partners, family members, friends, co-workers, anyone that you kind of know and have a continuous interaction with. You've probably built up with them. It's also important to realize that just because you are no longer talking to someone, or they're no longer in your life, that doesn't mean the cord has gone away. So you can still have cords from exes, people you haven't talked to in 10 years, even people who have passed on. I'll get to how to remove them or diminish them in a moment. I just wanted to talk about how they are. Sometimes they do dissolve on their own, but I'll get to that. So that's kind of what they are. They just kind of form naturally. It's the way that it appears to me is like a string from you to the other person, and energy is exchanged in both directions through that cord. So they pick up energy from you, you pick up energy from them, and there's a lot of different things that can happen with energy cords depending on the dynamic between you and the other person. Hello Damien, Kyle, Jessica, hello everyone. So sometimes you can have a relationship cord with someone who is just sucking all your energy out, and that's how they're able to do so. Sometimes you can be the person doing that. Is that for me?
It's for our new home.
Oh, that's
It lights up.
My fiance just picked this up for our new apartment that we're moving to in 3 days.
It's good fortune.
Good fortune.
It's one of the fortune gods, one of the 7 fortune gods.
Yes, I asked her, she's shopping right now while we talk, so I asked her to pick up good fortune things for our home. Yes, so, generally they look like strings. They have appeared to me as all kinds of things like chains, electric cords, rope, light, electricity, just about anything you can imagine is a path of connection between two people. And again, energy goes both ways. Sometimes one partner can be more aggressive and taking the energy into themselves. You're welcome to.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna stay right nearby, so don't worry.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just follow you around and stand outside whatever shop you're in. Sometimes, again, just because you haven't talked to them in a long time, relationship cords, they help us feel close to each other, and it's part of our nature to have them because we need each other and we're interdependent spiritual beings. And they can be a very positive thing. Some positive examples of relationship cords. Hello, Jessica and Judy. We are having a good day. Just stopped by in Chinatown. Some positive examples is like, telepathic or empathic flashes, knowing what the other person is thinking or feeling, knowing when they're in danger, knowing when they're thinking about you, suddenly thinking of them and they call you. being able to send them love and support from afar, feeling like you're never separated, you're always together and connected. Those are positive qualities of relationship cords. Negative ones are important to talk about because they can wreak a lot of havoc as well as be a blessing. If you have cords with toxic individuals, you can feel like you're being controlled or like you're always being bombarded psychically with that person's feelings and thoughts towards you, especially if they are very malicious. They can cause nightmares or illness. I mean, there's like so much that could be influenced by that. So I really encourage you guys to ask questions if you have questions about relationship cords. So ask that anytime. I'm just going to keep talking until there are questions. I'm not going to be on here too long. So normally I do readings as part of my live Q days. I don't have time for that, but I can answer any kind of question, even if it's like personal about you and your situation. So let's talk about removing them. I don't know what other people do. I don't know what other methods are. I am just going to share what I do, what has worked for me, and what I've used to help other people. I'm going to go over, so we're not going to actually go through the meditation in lifetime. I'm going to describe it for you so you can do it on your own. Be very careful removing energy cords, because of all the energy work that can have a huge impact on your life, and that can create enormous shifts when you remove them. Energy cord removal is hands down the fastest way to get results when things are not going well or you're feeling attacked. It used to be the very first thing that I would turn to when working with people, but I've kind of stopped for reasons. What did you get?
Nothing.
Nothing? You came out with a big smile on your face and you say you got nothing?
I didn't try to.
Oh.
That's
sorry. Okay, so.
Going over to my other favorite store. Daylight warning, guys.
Yeah. So, I'm going to share with you how I remove cords for myself. I would say if you're going to do it, start with people with whom you have zero contact with. Because it is a lot trickier to handle cord removal with people who are still in your life. And it can actually cause damage, depending on how you go about it. So, please start with people who are deceased or that you have zero contact with. And when I mean no contact, I mean none. So you don't see them in person, you don't talk to them on the phone, you don't email them or talk on the internet, you don't snoop on their Facebook without them knowing. No contact. And the reason is because you can exchange energy with people through electronic devices at a distance. It's not about the physical contact, it's about the emotional contact and the attention you're giving them and to that connection. So I say that's important because even if you remove a contact, you remove a cord, you can reestablish it. It can come back. Hold on a second, there's some comments. Okay, I was reading Jessica Boos's videos. I will later on at some point do a video where it's actually like, this is a guided meditation of how to do this. So the reason why I want you to start with people you have no contact with is because you can reestablish cords you cut. And if you do that, it can be you can cause more damage than would have happened otherwise when you have removed someone toxic and that connection is reestablished again. Usually the damage happens when the other person is very aggressive and they're aggressively attempting to reconnect to you because they subconsciously sense your disconnect. And if they successfully reconnect, it's like being stabbed a little bit. So, yes. So please start with that. it's really simple, all in all. I would sit alone, undisturbed, and focus and center myself and tune into my aura, tune into my own energy. And you can remove several people in one sitting, but you need to go one person at a time. No collective, I remove all people who are bad for me thing. It needs to be one person at a time. And if you do like 50 people in one meditation, one at a time. That's what I've seen the best results with. So you're sitting and focused on your personal energy, your aura, your bubble, and think of the person whose energy you want to remove. Focus on their name and their face, or whatever you have about that person. You don't have to know their name. Their face, the feeling you associate with them. Don't like dig into your feelings. It's just sort of like just think of them. It is not helpful to kind of dive in and wallow in all the emotions that are part of that relationship or that you feel towards them. Not helpful. In fact, it can be actively unhelpful and make it harder to actually cut the cord. So do not dive into your agony towards them. You just want to think of their name. Now, as you think of their name and you're tuned into your aura, you're focusing on their name because you're trying to pick out their energy in your aura. And don't overthink it, just let it happen. Let yourself use your imagination of seeing where the cord is. Just see like a little string coming out of you from wherever. It could be on any place on your body or even just floating out around you that is connected to this person. And once you have done that, you're going to grab it, like physically move your hand and imagine grabbing the cord. And you're going to, I want you to like focus on holding it so you really feel like you got it. And you are going to pull it out, but first, it's very important to remind yourself that you willfully are releasing this person. Sometimes you can know someone's bad for you and not actually want to get rid of them. Part of you is actually clutching onto them. So if you yourself or someone else pulls that person out of you, it can cause damage. Because it's kind of like you're clutched on. So if they kind of if you try to pull it against your own will, you're gonna like rip your energy apart. It's not good. So again, it doesn't need to be like a deep emotional epiphany. You just need to remind yourself that you're making a choice and that it is your will to remove this person. So just say, I willfully remove so-and-so and pull it out. Imagine like pulling a weed out. You're pulling the roots out of you. So technically you're not cord cutting. It's a bit of a misnomer, but that's how it's commonly referred to. It is more effective if you actually pull it out, pull the whole root out. So if you cut it, then the end is still in you, you know? So you just pull it out and just imagine the end coming out. And you can kind of do what feels right. If you can do it with enough force of will and force of imagination, you can just kind of throw the whole cord at the other person. But what I like to do is I'm holding it, and then I just kind of like imagine a black energy disintegrating the root, and I snap my fingers kind of as a way of like cutting the end off, the root end, so it can't attach. And to me, the sharp sound is a way of kind of like, go away. And I usually very forcefully throw it away from myself and imagine it like hitting the other person. So there's definitely a bit of sending back what the other person is dealt back at. But it's fine because you're really just rebalancing the energies as they should be, so there are no repercussions for doing so. At least not for you. It can be kind of surprising the things that happen after doing something like this. Technically, the cord's been removed. I usually include an additional step where I do a basic grounding visualization, except I focus again on that person's name. I'm like, I willfully release so-and-so's energy from me, and just kind of, my version of grounding is like imagining all that energy draining out through the ball of my aura into the earth for the earth to redisperse. So you just do that specifically with that one person's energy, just out. Because not only do we have relationship cords, and removing the cord is very good, because that means you're no longer exchanging energy with them, but you still have the baggage from them. So it doesn't help as much as actually pulling out all of it. So I always make sure to remove the emotional, energetic baggage from that person after removing the cord for myself or other people. And that is really helpful. Yes, I'm in Chinatown. My fiance is shopping while we're talking.
Sorry about all the noise and stuff, guys.
So later by BT Dubs, there's a fortune fountain. We made a separate video. You'll see that later. All right.
Enjoy the scenery.
Yes, you won't have a scenery this interesting again in a while. It'll just be my apartment after this. That is the Hop Louie. It's no longer in operation, but it's a historical site in many classic films. There it is. Okay, back to the topic. So, that's how I do it for myself. And you can remove it for yourself, but be careful, you can hurt yourself. Please pay attention to that. You can hurt yourself quite badly by misusing the technique. So start with people with whom you no longer have contact of any kind. After you've gone through all those people, then think about everyone else. Cord cutting is also a good way of kind of wiping the slate clean in a relationship. So things between you and another person, you've kind of worked it out, but there's still, you just feel this baggage in the past, and you just kind of want to wipe it away. It's a good thing to do. Obviously, you're still have the physical and emotional contact with the person, so you just create a new cord. So, removing energy cords with people whom you still have contact with when it's a toxic relationship. First of all, I would urge you to seriously reconsider that decision. Everyone has to make their own choices, so I understand everyone has their reasons for continuing to tolerate people who are bad for them. You can remove the cord, but it is extremely important. At least give yourself 3 days of no contact with that person. Most of us are not willful enough to immediately enforce psychic boundaries after a cord removal. If you are, then I guess disregard that. Most of you, please, give yourself a few days. You can do it, but you need to immediately establish psychic shielding that is strong enough to prevent reestablishing an energy field. By the way, I know I just said that cutting the cord is a good way to wipe the slate clean for a relationship. That's only if things are healthy now. So do not do a cord cutting between you and your toxic partner, your toxic family member, and expect it to magically fix things and for the other person to be different, and then act like it's wiping the slate clean. So the only thing that's going to happen is that you're going to see them 2 days later, and they're going to stab you through the stomach with their energy again to recreate the cord, and it will feel worse. So please, this is the information. I hope you'll use it to help yourself. Ultimately, you are making a choice, so you're responsible for how you use that information. I'm not going to describe how to remove cords from other people, because you should do it for yourself. I'm not kidding, like 30 times or more successfully before doing it for another person. Because for as much as you can hurt yourself doing it, you can really, really hurt other people by doing it wrong. So I'm not going to tell you how to do it for other people. Once you've done it for yourself successfully 30 plus times, you could probably figure out how to do it safely on others. Learning curve. I'd say 30 is the minimum. More like, I mean, I realize most people are not so unfortunate to have to remove like 100 people from themselves, but you know, more is more in experience. So overall, it's pretty simple. Oh, what did you get?
I found the mirrors.
Oh, how many did you get?
2, one for each side of our home.
Oh, it has the proper mirror where it's concave. Mine isn't actually the right kind.
Yeah, they didn't have,
This is a Feng Shui mirror?
they had only 2 in this size. One is concave and one is not.
Oh, it's the opposite way. You'll have to look up. It's like
Well,
I forget the names. Convex and concave. So you have one of each kind.
Yes.
So you need to look up where each one goes.
yes. One's supposed to go east, one's supposed to go west. So
Yeah, so see, this one is like a dome. It comes out. And the other one kind of goes in like a bowl. They go in different places in your house.
and then I got
Ooh, magic incense for good luck.
yes. It's the best. I have one more thing I am actively looking for.
Cool.
So I've had to use my card a little bit to get all of the things, but a little bit.
It's fine.
Because I got a turtle, an elephant, and I got the resting Buddha,
Yeah.
which is supposed to be home comfort. And then I got the 2 mirrors. The mirrors weren't cheap. That's why I had to use my
I mean, they
card.
weren't that much.
Together they were like $6. They're like 3
Okay.
each. It's just I have a really tight budget, so I went over budget a little.
I'm trying to think. I don't know that there's anything specific I want.
The only thing I'm looking for now is a fish. And I went over budget because we went and got trees.
It's okay. She got a hot dog bun.
And a barbecue bun.
So Wonder Bakery in this court, it's like the bakery she's been going to since she was a child.
4 years old.
Okay, do I have anything more to say about the topic? While I think about that,
Look at the goldfish.
lucky totems.
Yeah, this is and lucky charm with the elephant. Yeah.
Okay. There, just trying to flip this back around. Okay. Do I have anything else to say? Again, ask questions anytime. I'm just reminding you to ask things if you have questions. Because otherwise, I'm going to end the video soon. Just trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. That's kind of the subject in a nutshell, but just the basics.
Only $4. How do I take it?
But, so that's why it's up to you guys to ask things if you want details or particulars about anything. Later, I will do an actual guided meditation for cord removal.
Do you still want a hat?
Oh. I don't know that I'll actually be outside that much.
I know. We're gonna go around this way.
This is different when we're gonna stay in sunny California. Well, doesn't look like anyone has questions.
What time is it?
It is 3:54.
Okay.
So we are gonna be on our way to our next relative soon.
Going back to see Uncle Bob.
Yes.
Technically,
So-
we're going back to see the same relatives we spent the night with last night because my uncle is greedy and he wants more attention.
Yeah. Oh, that is a great building. Let me turn around so you can see it. Look at that.
Looking for a
Yes. Okay. Kristen says, you said you could hurt yourself. How? All right. I did explain, but I will explain again because it is very important. I'm going to sit down for a second. Okay. So. How can you hurt yourself? Oh, hold on. Someone's calling. We're going to have to get back to them after this video. Okay, how can you hurt yourself? So, the most common way of harming yourself is you cut the energy cord with someone you're still in contact with, and you don't put up any energy shields or protections, and that cord is reestablished. And it's kind of the equivalent of someone like shooting a cannonball through your aura. So be certain that you're prepared to either defend yourself or to cut that person out. Other ways you can hurt yourself, you remove someone you're not actually ready to let go of. And that also causes tears. Your grandmother called. I'm going to end this soon, so you could call her back. Yes. So be sure that you are actually ready and want to let go of this person. Make sure that you're prepared to either, if you haven't already removed them from your life, that you're prepared to do so, or that you're prepared to... Basically, it's like not taking care of your own energy or being prepared for the consequences of doing the cord cutting, because it is like one of the strongest forms of energy work, and it creates massive shifts in your own energy and around you and for the person that you're cutting away. So that's really what it comes down to. People hurt themselves because they haven't emotionally considered it all the way through, and I'm not ready to prepare for consequences. Oh, it's okay. Our pork bun tore a little. That's fine. Hot dog bun. How would we learn to put a protection up? I'm trying to think.
Get back on the train in a minute.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to answer that last question. How would we learn to put a protection up? You can Google psychic shields. Most explanations are adequate. I am pretty sure I've explained the psychic shield a few times in a variety of my videos. If anyone remembers where those are, help her out. Otherwise, at some point, I'm sure it'll come up again, because that comes up a lot. And so I know I've explained it multiple times in different places. And I'm sure
it'll come up again.
And I'm sure that I will explain it many more times in future videos. Unfortunately, I don't have time to do it right at the second. Essentially, see yourself in a bubble. See the edge of that bubble as something really hard that nothing can get through. That's how you protect yourself. Believe it completely. That's the short of it. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I will get back to everyone's messages, comments, etc. later, because I'm... have limited access to the internet on my trip. So I will see you later. Alright, reading Judy's comment, toxic relation, blah, 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 blah.
Feel free to PM us, and we'll give you some insight.
Yeah. Judy and anyone else with further questions, feel free to PM or comment on this video, and I will get to you when, like, probably later tonight when I'm using someone's Wi-Fi. Yes. That's the shortest responsible answer I can give at the moment. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will get back to you all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye from Chinatown.